Welcome back everyone. Today's video, we're going to be having a little discussion about things social media has normalized. I've seen a few of these videos floating around and I find them very interesting, so I thought I would sit down and give my take on some things that I think social media has made very normal and a few of my thoughts on them. So I'd love to hear yours in the comments, of course, but I'm going to kick it off talking about giant makeup collections. Now I understand you might be looking at me and saying pot, kettle, black, whatever that saying is, and I understand that. But there's a few different layers in talking about big makeup collections that I want to talk about. So for me personally, I started watching beauty YouTube in 2013. And for the next few years, I would sit down every single day and I would watch, first it was one YouTuber, it was Carly Bible, then it was 2, I added on Jaclyn Hill, then it was 3, I added on Casey Holmes, then it was 4, I added on Kathleen Lights, then 5, I added on Jessica Braun. And I just thought these videos were so fascinating that these girls were showing how to apply their makeup, giving makeup tips and tricks, and I was learning about makeup in a way that I had never learned about before, even though I love to read magazines and I love to read, I'm aging myself, but I love to read like tips in the magazines. You were getting in a whole different fashion when it came to watching beauty tutorials and YouTube videos on it. And then I was also learning about new brands. Like I remember learning about Makeup Geek for the first time. I had never heard of that brand. I had never seen it in Ulta. I had never seen it in CVS. I'd never seen it at Walmart. And I start seeing all these videos about Makeup Geek and people showing all these different eyeshadows and what are the best eyeshadows from Makeup Geek. And I sat down and I wrote myself out a list of every single eyeshadow that I wanted to buy from Makeup Geek. In 2016, I started my own beauty YouTube channel and I have gone on to amass a quite large makeup collection. And it is something over the last couple of years that I have said I am actively trying to reduce my makeup collection, removing myself from PR lists, not keeping as much in PR, not purchasing as much makeup, because I've been very upfront about the fact of when I first started my YouTube channel and was trying to make this a success, I went into thousands of dollars of debt buying makeup, because it seemed like a very normalized thing when you were watching the internet every single day. And for me, I'm coming to it as a point as a consumer. You know, I'm watching these girls in their bedrooms and in their living rooms, getting ready for school, getting ready for their jobs, just getting ready to film YouTube videos. I'm seeing all their makeup collections. I'm seeing them try different makeup products every single day. So I'm thinking from a consumer of like, oh, these are all these great makeup products that I need to try. I'm watching monthly favorites videos. I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to try all of these. On the flip side though, I'm also seeing it as a content creator and I'm seeing, oh, these videos are doing really well because they're constantly talking about new releases, and what, you know, gets the people going is new products. Very quickly on into my YouTube journey and my social media journey, I realized that people on the internet did not want to keep seeing the same products. My first year of being on YouTube, I talked pretty much solely on drugstore makeup and the same products over and over again. And you saw the same brands being mentioned. You saw the same Maybelline bronzer, the same Maybelline foundation, the same L'Oreal mascara. And I would start to get comments of like, why do you never show new things? You never show new stuff. And I thought, okay, I need to be like these other YouTubers and really show these big collections. At the time, I didn't really understand that they were getting a lot in PR, that they were not going out and spending thousands of dollars every single week to be able to buy 20 new lipsticks at one time, to buy 4 different foundations from luxury brands at one time, that they were often getting sent these in PR. But I thought, I need to catch up. I want to do this too. So I started spending what turned into thousands of dollars to have this large makeup collection, so I could review new products, so I could try new formulas, so I could test and compare and say, if you like this one from MAC, you'll probably like this one from Maybelline, that sort of thing. And so for me, when I think about social media normalizing large makeup collections, I see it from a consumer standpoint and I see it from an influencer standpoint. And I don't know if the content creator side has been as talked about as what we see when people talk about consumerism, overconsumption, and all of that. We're typically pointing at content creators and saying, this is your fault. You did this. You made people buy all of these products. And I'm here to offer you a flip side of that. So to me, it's kind of a vicious circle. It's kind of a vicious circle, right? You have people saying content creators are the reason for overconsumption, yet I feel I was happy my first year on YouTube. I thought I was chugging along, I was doing my thing, talking about drugstore makeup, showing the same bronzer that I love, going and repurchasing the same makeup products I love, but the feedback I was getting was, you're not good enough. You need more makeup. We need more reviews. And so I fell into the overconsumption when it came to my makeup collection. That's just one take that I have on large makeup collections and kind of giving maybe a different point of view. But I for sure have been able to see over the years social media and the impact that it has had on the beauty industry and the consumers that make up the beauty industry. And we see as technology has become more accessible and social media has become more accessible, we now have headlines and trending stories about all of the kids that are at Sephora, 10-year-olds having a 10-step skincare routine, including the luxury brands like Drunk Elephant and Tatcha. And I think a lot of that plays into social media normalizing that this is what's normal. This is what people are doing. We have these large makeup collections. We don't just, when I was younger, to be honest, this is something that I also feel like social media has normalized, is full face of makeup. I never wore full faces of makeup until I became a regular of doing social media and doing YouTube content. I didn't really wear foundation at all before I started a social media channel and a beauty YouTube channel. And even my first year that I was on YouTube, I didn't do my brows. It just didn't make sense. I was like, why would I do that? It's very funny because back in those days, I will say I was a big fan of like dramatic eye makeup. I would do very thick liner. I would do false lashes, but I would not do my brows. I would not have foundation on. I would usually have a ton of bronzer on. Like I would put bronzer on my whole entire body, and then I would have like a matte lipstick on. I never did lip liner or anything like that. But it's just funny to look back that I also feel like social media has normalized having a full face of makeup. And that is something that's almost like expected of people who wear makeup, is that if you're wearing makeup, like, you're going in there. Even things like the no makeup trends, and like, what is it going around right now? Not invisible makeup, but undetectable makeup or something like that is the new makeup trend, where it's supposed to be like, it doesn't look like you're wearing makeup, but you're very clearly wearing makeup. Even in those videos, it's a full face of makeup. I talked recently in a video where I was talking about new makeup releases and also trends that I think for 2025, that we're seeing a lot of skincare in makeup products. And I'm seeing videos of people saying, this is my no makeup routine. And then they're doing makeup with skincare products that are also just makeup products, like this tinted skincare and this tinted SPF that has just as much coverage as a medium to full coverage foundation and that sort of thing. Like Glow Recipe just came out with these drops, but it's essentially it's liquid blush. So that is one thing, in addition to large makeup collections, 10-step skincare routines, even for people who are quite younger, because again, they are on social media at a much younger age than I was. You know, I'm 37 years old, so social media was not around when I was 10 years old. I wasn't being consumed with what is on my phone, and that's a whole other rabbit hole we could go down on parenting and how young kids should have phones and accounts and all of those things. But for the sake of this video, I know a lot of children myself that have TikTok accounts, Instagram accounts. They don't really have Facebook these days, but YouTube accounts. What they're seeing on the internet is these large collections. They're seeing these skincare routines, and they're also seeing people come on with a full face of makeup. And to go along with the full face of makeup, this is something that I've talked about in my videos as well, is I also feel quite a pressure of when I come online to look perfectly put together all of the time. And that is just not the case. And then of course you have the rise of filters, which I am no stranger to using, because one of the hard parts I think of coming on to a camera every single day, and especially doing something like starting with a bare face, taking your makeup off when it comes to skincare, you can get the nastiest comments. For me, I went through a really long battle with hormonal acne and cystic acne when I was in my journey of trying to conceive, and I was on, you know, several medications all at one time and obviously very stressed. And the comments were heartbreaking and brutal because I wasn't sharing yet why, like, what was going on. It was just all of a sudden I just had crazy acne, and it was like, she doesn't wash her face. Can you not go to a doctor? Try to get on, why are you not on birth control? Your skincare is bad. You shouldn't let your dog lick your face. That's why you have acne. I mean, the comments that people will say to you without a second thought are extremely damaging to your mental health. And it makes you not, for me, I'm speaking on me, it makes me not want to get online as my authentic self, because it hurts so much worse when people leave comments in that manner. I see women now talking about just the most like random of topics. Like, they could just be doing a grocery haul at 8 o'clock in the morning, yet they're in a full face of makeup with all of their jewelry on, with their hair done. Again, I've mentioned things like jewelry in the past. Like, it seems more and more these days that people are going online because they want to see the fantasy, or they want to see what they are striving for in their life. So they want to see an aesthetic home. They want to see someone with beautiful skin and beautiful hair and beautiful jewelry, because that's what they are trying to emulate as well. And I think that it gets to be a very fine line. I talked about this in my video of our influencers lying to you when the TikTok trend was coming out, and people were saying things like, all those videos that I did that gained me all this popularity, that's not actually how I live my life, or that's not how I do my makeup, or that's not actually what I eat in a day. And it kind of created this like shakeup in social media of what is true and what is false. And so that just kind of goes along with that narrative of the expectations of being there, of videos do better when you look pretty in them. Or when you start, like, I have seen people start that truly have filters on them to make them not look as good. And then they're after, and everyone's like, oh my gosh, this transformation, like, that is what people want to see. But I think the bottom line to that, to me, you know, I've talked to several content creators who have said, like, I will not film unless I'm in a full face of makeup. I will not film unless I have my hair perfectly done. I will not film because those videos have kind of been shown to do better over time. So those were kind of 3-in-1 right there. The large makeup collections, the 10-step skincare routines, no matter how old you are, and also having to be in a full face of makeup. I think those are all things that social media has normalized, and it's a pressure that gets put on the public, the viewers, the consumers, but it's also a pressure that gets put on the content creators and those who are sitting down in front of the camera and sharing their lives with you. There's also a very deep pressure of what that looks like because of this normalization. I feel like all that was a lot, so let's talk about something else that I feel like was normalized with social media, and that is spice racks. Spice racks, or like drawers full of spices, and also everything labeled. That has been normalized as well. Everything is like beautifully labeled in your house. Do you own a label maker? If you don't, what's wrong with you? That's normalized. I don't own a label maker, okay? But watching people online open their beautiful spice drawer, and everything is just laid out so beautifully. Everything is in the exact same jar. Everything has the nice little label on it. I fell into it. I asked for a spice rack one year. I went out one time and I bought all of those little jars, and I bought all of the labels. You can buy them right on Amazon. I bought them all, and then I had to go out and buy all the spices that I don't use. I bought all these spices and I put them into all their jars so I could have an aesthetic spice drawer at home. I did that. Why I did that, I don't know, but I did that because it felt like the normal thing to do. Do you? And this is no shame to anyone who does have a spice drawer, because man, they look good. It just, for me, it made no sense. I never used them. I never used that. That was a waste of money on my end, but it felt normal at the time. Oh, kind of along those same lines, again, this isn't too deep, but workout sets. Man, I went through a time when I was going to the gym a lot, and I started to record myself like lifting or being on the treadmill. And when I tell you, I went out and bought hella workout sets, because I was like, I can't just show that I'm in the gym in like a random pair of sweatpants and a t-shirt. I can't do that. Like, I gotta be in these nice sets. I gotta be in these color coordinating sets. I gotta be in the sets that like lift your butt a certain way. I have to be in the sets that have a cool back to the sports bra, because if I'm like pulling down the machine and you can't see the crisscross of my sports bra, why am I even doing this? Why am I doing that? I bought so many workout sets, and I'm gonna tell you guys something right here. I don't really like wearing them. I'm not gonna lie to you. I love wearing sweatpants. I love being comfortable. And sometimes you can find a really good pair of leggings or a really good pair of shorts, but like, I swear sometimes with those workout, it feels like it's just too much, you know? It just feels like it's hugging my body in weird ways and pushing things out in weird ways. And I'm like, I just want to be comfortable. I just want to be comfortable. I live in sweatpants. I love me a good pair of like baggy shorts to walk in. There are some sports bras that I do like particularly like, but I've realized all of these workout sets that I've bought, the other day, what was I doing? Oh, I was going to play pickleball, and I put on, like, I got this set out because I was like, well, I'm going to play pickleball and I got to film it. So we're going to be like making videos and everything. So I have to put my workout set on. I took out these leggings and this top and I put it on, and I was like, I don't want to wear this. And I took it off because I wasn't comfortable in it. Now, again, I'm sure a lot of you love your workout sets and you look great in them and you feel comfortable in them. That's all that matters at the end of the day. But to me, I started buying more and more workout sets because I felt this pressure because it seems so normalized. And you see videos of, you know, get ready with me to go to the gym, and they're pulling down their clothes, and it's always workout sets and it's always so cute. I'm just not a big workout set girl. It's not that I'm totally against them. Like, I feel like now if I post a photo in a workout set, people are gonna be like, you don't like those. I like some, but overall, you're gonna see me in sweatpants more times than not. Okay, we can talk about something a little bit more serious again. How about we talk about cosmetic procedures? This is something that I have seen normalized for a very long time on social media. And again, nothing wrong with it. Whatever you want to do with your body is your prerogative and all of those things. But for me, I definitely feel like things have been normalized. Not even, to me, when I think of like 10, 20 years ago and I think of cosmetic procedures, I'm thinking of nose jobs, I'm thinking of breast implants, I'm thinking of like tummy tucks, things like that. Nowadays, when I think of cosmetic procedures, I'm thinking of Botox, I'm thinking of fillers, you know, sure, sometimes thinking of like things like lash extensions and like the microblading for your brows, sure, things like that. But it seems in the recent bit here that I have seen it amp up even more. And this is something I would love to do another video kind of deep diving more on the 2025 trends, because one thing that I think is going to be very popular is basically using cosmetic procedures as your makeup. I just saw a video the other day of a girl saying, I'm gonna go get lip blush or something along those lines. And I was like, what is that? And she essentially got like lip liner and her lips filled in almost like a tattoo, but like it goes away, because there is tattoo makeup, there's permanent makeup and all of that. But it was like, she goes every so often, every few months or something like that, to get it touched up. And she's like, now I don't have to wear lip liner or lipstick. And I was like, huh. And then of course you have lashes, so you don't have to be wearing mascara or putting false lashes on. You have the brows, so you don't have to do your brows. And I'm like, wow, like there's really a lot of things that you can do. And of course, procedures like Botox, fillers, you know, there's a lot of different cosmetic and med spa procedures that you can do to help smooth the skin, lift the skin, you know, things that we typically are using with our foundation and our concealers and our powders and even our skincare. And you can, you know, kind of reverse the aging and reverse those effects by going to something like a med spa. And so that is something to me that I'm very curious, because I had never seen lip blushing until like a month ago. And it just really got me thinking like, what's going to be next? What's going to be next? So that's something that I kind of am keeping an eye on for the beauty industry. But for me, again, going back to starting YouTube, you know, when I was in my young 20s, and then starting to see, you know, get ready with me to go get Botox. And then even something like I'm from Iowa and I live in Las Vegas now. I've lived here for about 4 years. And I remember moving here, you know, me sitting at a table with 10 women, there's usually only about 2 who have not had any sort of cosmetic procedures like that. And I speak for myself as one of them. And to me, I feel very self-conscious being 37, and I feel like my skin looks like it's 37. I don't have the greatest skin, and I have fine lines and wrinkles, and I got the, you know, I mean, I even just got a small viewfinder and I can see the lines between my brows, and it makes me feel like I'm not normal. I mean, I guess that's the only way that I can say it. It makes me feel not normal. And there's not a lot of deep reasons of why I haven't. I mean, it's an expensive procedure that I know that you have to like keep doing it. I'm also a little bit scared. As I sit here, I literally just got a tattoo on my body today, but something about like needles in my face like scares me. I'm afraid of the pain. I'm afraid like I'm gonna look different and all those things. Those are really some of the biggest reasons. But I have said multiple times that I think this is the year that I'm gonna get Botox for the first time. Also, it's because I feel like this is like a little bit more of a vulnerable statement to make, but I don't feel as pretty compared to so many other, especially women. And, you know, sometimes I feel a little bit better when they're like, oh, I get Botox every single month. I have this many fillers and all the things. And I'm like, oh, okay, like maybe if none of us had that, we would all look normal. But when it comes to aging, that's another thing that has been normalized, is women can't age. And we are just fighting aging every single step of the way. And I hope this video, I'm really trying to show it from both points. I'm trying to show it from what you see on social media from someone who is a creator. But I'm hoping that you also see what we can go through as creators and what goes into us. Because for me, I know, especially when I do things like, you know, get ready with me videos and I have you zoomed in and you can see that I don't have great skin and I have the lines and I have the wrinkles and I have like all of this going on, and I feel very embarrassed because then I watch videos from so many other women who are zoomed in and their skin is so smooth and so clear and they don't have a wrinkle in sight, and I'm like, wow, like, you know what I mean? It makes me feel not normal. I think the whole thing of this video is going to be me saying I feel not normal. Like, I don't got a spice drawer and I don't have Botox. Like, man, maybe this is the year for both though. I'm getting more into cooking, so maybe that spice drawer is coming along. But that is something that I definitely feel like has been very normalized. And again, is there anything wrong with it? Is there anything wrong with doing something that will make you feel more confident? Absolutely not. Again, that's why I've gotten to the point where I'm like, I think this is the year that I am gonna start investing in something like injectables, because I wanna feel more confident. And I wish that I could sit here on camera and I could tell you that I can find that confidence from within and all of the things. But I've been telling myself that for a lot of years and I still don't really feel that confidence yet. So again, a little bit more of a vulnerable statement to put out there. But I get asked all of the time when I take photos why I always have my camera in front of my face. Like, I get so many comments of, why do you always look away? Why do you look down? Why do you have your phone in front of your face? Because I don't feel pretty. But it's a hard thing of when you go online and you show the more vulnerable sides of you, you show what it looks like when you wake up, it shows what you look like with no makeup on and those sort of things, and you get really horrible comments that make you view yourself in a different light, that make you view yourself as you edit back your videos and you think, oh, that person that said like this part of you is so ugly or this part of you is not attractive, then you can see it in editing and it really does start to infiltrate your thoughts. I think it's a very sad thing that we have also normalized cyberbullying. I'm just gonna slide right into that one, but cyberbullying, I think, has become extremely normalized. Talking badly to someone through a keyboard has been very normalized. And, you know, for me, when I talk to other content creators and they talk about the bad comments they get, it's always like, oh, well, it's just part of the job. It shouldn't be a part of anyone's job to take the kind of abuse that we can sometimes take in our comment section, in our DMs, in our emails. But social media has normalized tearing other individuals down for views, for clicks, for notoriety. And to me, I honestly don't think it started with social media. I think it started way back in the day. I mean, you look at tabloids, you look at, you know, exploiting the lives. Like, I remember being in grocery stores when I was younger and I would look at tabloid covers and it would have, you know, a celebrity, typically a woman, it's usually women who are targeted. Maybe have an unflattering bikini photo of them and it's like, what happened to her? Letting herself go, her divorce ruined her, you know, all of these things. And then we just kind of switched over from, you know, print media over to digital media, and the same thing applies, except now it seems so much worse because it's so instant and it can go so viral so quickly. And to me, that's quite sad. So cyberbullying, I think, is something that was a normal thing before social media and has only become more normalized as we go further into the digital age. Let's end it with something not quite as deep. I'm trying to bounce back and forth the best I can here, but let's end it with decorating your home every single season. I have fallen into this as well. I have fallen into this many times, and it's something I am actively trying to fight against because it has become very normalized to say, to go online and see, come decorate my house for fall with me. Let's go do a Target haul. Let's spend hundreds of dollars on new pillows and these little pumpkin things, and then your pumpkin spice candles. And then, oh, a month passed. Let's decorate for winter, and then you go back out to Target and you spend another couple $100s on new pillows and new candles, and you got snowflakes in your house. I did this when I bought my second house. I was extremely proud of this house, and I wanted to decorate every single season, and I did all the things. I decorated for Valentine's Day. I decorated when spring rolled around, fall, Halloween, you name it. I was doing it. I was decorating it. We had almost a whole room in that house just full of decor. And this is no offense to anyone who loves decor. I've always said I'm not a very good girly girl in that way, in the sense that, like, I don't really care about decor. If you came into my apartment, you would know that. But like, I fell down that rabbit hole because, especially during this time, it was during COVID, so I was just sitting at home by myself watching videos online of people like decorating, and I was like, I want to do all the things too. And I really fell into it, and I stayed into it for a while, and then I saw how much money I was spending on pillows. And I was like, Samantha, at least, like, when the next season rolls around, take out your stuff from last season and just use it again. But no, it feels like you have to go see videos of, let's look at the new section at Target, and then everyone's like getting so excited for it, or the new section, you know, wherever it is you are, and then people are running out to buy those things. I fell into it. I fell into it. It took me a while to get out of it. Again, this is no offense to anyone who loves to decorate for the holidays. How fun, how festive, how cute, right? But that to me is something that social media has made very normal. Not only that we just have to decorate for the seasons in general, but you have to decorate for every new season. Like every little, like, I'm pretty soon we're just gonna be decorating because it's a Wednesday. Just decorate Thirsty Thursday, you know? Slap up that martini glass decor. I don't know, it just, to me, that was something that social media has normalized. So that's gonna wrap it up for this video. I don't know, I just wanted to sit down and give some thoughts on this. This is a very random video, but I just wanted to share some things that I feel like social media has normalized and to have a discussion about those things. What do you think has been normalized because of social media? What struggles, or what are some good things too? You know, I don't mean to be like super negative in this video by any means, but also like something like a spice drawer, like that's cute. And if it helps keep you organized and you use a lot of spices, maybe that's a good thing that that was normalized, you know, just different things like that. I think there's also a lot of positives, things that social media has normalized as well. So I would love to hear any of your feedback in the comments, of course. I hope you enjoyed this one. I'll see you in the next one.